Time now for our CBS 21 Political Insiders, Charlie Giroux, and we want to welcome back a face we haven't seen for a while, Tony May. Thanks for being here.
Been a while.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
You're feeling good?
I'm feeling good because of the doctors and the nurses at Hershey Medical Center. They cut me open, tore me apart, and rebuilt me.
Okay.
It's the semi-bionic man.
Well, you look fantastic. We're glad to have you here. All right, let's jump right into Pennsylvania politics. We have another name to put his hat in the ring today. Tony, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on this?
Full of hats.
Yeah.
The ring is full of hats. Rob McCord is the kind of person who has the resume that people would have said, well, yeah, he should have been in the race already. And he just sort of was waiting for a while to announce. State treasurer, former investment counselor, investment advisor, and a really skilled financial person, has the kind of experience would make him an excellent chief executive.
Charlie, your thoughts?
It'll be interesting. He's going to be somebody that's viewed as not threatening, unlike some of his Democratic counterparts in that primary who are seen as very, very liberal. He's going to be viewed a little bit like Tom Wolf, the businessman from York County, only he's from southeastern Pennsylvania. That may be part of his difficulty. There are an awful lot of candidates on the Democratic side from southeastern Pennsylvania, Kathy McGinty, Allison Schwartz, Mayor Pawlowski from Allentown, all vying for that large block of votes down near Philadelphia.
Now, McCord, the third or eighth person, I should say, to put his hat in the ring here. What does this say for Governor Corbett?
Well, I think it suggests that Governor Corbett is vulnerable, but there's nothing news in that. I mean, people have seen the polls now for the past year suggest that he's vulnerable, and this is the kind of response that you could expect is going to happen on the Democratic side. I think his most serious problem is going to be whether somebody from the right and the conservative right in the Republican Party is going to challenge him in the primary. So far, no one's stepped forward, and so he's still probably breathing pretty comfortably.
You think that's the case? Is that going to remain?
He's breathing very comfortably.
Yeah.
While Tony was away, I mean, I think it's pretty much washed away that any serious challenger is going to emerge to Governor Corbett in the primary, and it's going to be a lot of fun for Republicans to watch the carnage on the Democratic side as they now tear each other sides out for the next several months.
All right, let's move on to national news. A lot of folks talking about the government possibly shutting down. Tony, what are your thoughts on this? We have now Senator Ted Cruz speaking until he can no longer stand, he says, going on right now.
Well, there's a lot of posturing going on the Republican side that is going to be put to the test as we get closer and closer to this deadline, because nobody, I think, really wants a government shutdown or a partial shutdown is the way it really works out. And neither party wins, but the Republican Party will fare worse, I think, in this if the government does get forced into a partial shutdown than the Democrats who have been advocating keeping the government open and keeping Obamacare being funded.
Would you say that's true, Charlie?
I doubt seriously that in the final analysis there's going to be a quote-unquote shutdown. The Republicans in the House did something very crafty. They basically dared the Democrats because they said we are only going to defund those parts of government that have to do with Obamacare. The rest all gets funded.
Right.
Obamacare is exceedingly unpopular, and as more is known about it, it becomes even less popular. It's hard to imagine that its popularity could sink any lower, but it continues to. Even organized labor is now saying, wait a minute, let's take a timeout. And I think ultimately that's where this is going to conclude, Tanya. There's going to be a timeout. Folks are going to say, let's revisit this in a little while. That's a good thing for the American people. This is a bad, bad, bad piece of legislation.
We got to end it there. Tony, good to have you back.
Well, I'll be back next week. That's okay.
Exactly.
We'll revisit this.
I don't want to get your blood pressure up too high, Tony. I want to make sure you're all taken care of.
Well, that's been taken care of medically. I can handle it.
He's the bionic man now.
Yes.
All right. Well, you can catch our political insiders every Tuesday right here on CBS 21 News at 5:30.